So I'm going to transition into community and show you another feature of Kinect in so doing. Forza, Kinect. Oh, Forza, community. Now, what that was is voice hyperlinking. Forza Motorsport 3 has a very big UI. Forza Motorsport 4, a similarly large UI. There is upgrades, painting, there's all these different races. You could be deep, deep, deep into the upgrade area, and if you wanted to back out and just go to your next race, in the past you have to go back, 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 you might have to save your work, and then go deep down into the new area. With Kinect, it allows us to, rather than just replacing your button presses, right, just honestly, that doesn't save you a lot of time. We use Kinect to actually open the UI to you. So if you know the game, if you're deep into the game in general, Kinect actually makes it a more rich experience because I can hyperlink around, go here, go there, go everywhere throughout the game in general. And that's how the Kinect innovation's been for us. We didn't think of it as how do we make Kinect work for the core or work for the casual or work for this. We looked at it as, look, it's just very different. Let's start incubating new ideas, and see which ones stick. And so we have some things for the casual. You can play split screen next to your son, driving with an air wheel, smash the cars up, and have a good time, right? That's just a really good use of that. You can use the hyperlinking with the voice, and it opens up the game to you. There's head tracking when you're driving with a controller or driving with a wheel. It's a very natural interface that just immerses you in the game. And then there's Auto Vista, which is full body tracking, walking around the car, opening doors. So it's really integrated throughout the game in different ways.
That's kind of what you're seeing across the Kinect platform too, from the titles perspective. Lots of lots of experimentation in terms of doing different types of Kinect experiences for different types of games.
Absolutely. So I'm now in the community area. This front page of the community area is like a one-stop shop for everything going on. You've got news like DLC, there might be news feeds about new tournaments coming up. You've got new gift cards or an auction house came through. Cancel. I don't want to go to auction house. Rivals mode and car clubs as well. And I'll explain a little bit about what those are. Car clubs work as you'd expect. I can start a car club. At that point, I'm the president. We could all get in a car club together. I can make someone a vice president. There's administration, and on and on and on. We all know how this mechanic works. Where it gets more exciting is the shared garage. So you have a very big shared garage, and it's not based on level or anything like that. You just get a good shared garage. So if I've got a Ferrari, you've got a Lamborghini, you don't have to buy a Ferrari. I can share my Ferrari, and you can use it. Now, that's cool too, right? Because money is not always easy to come by in the game. But where it gets really exciting is some of the core competencies of Forza Motorsport in general. Painting, upgrading, tuning, livery editor. Because at that point, if I'm a really good tuner, you guys can say, no, I don't just want a Ferrari. I want a Ferrari that's tuned for Silverstone. It needs this type of gear ratio, and it should be the top of Class S. And I share that out. Any of you guys can use it. And it doesn't disappear out of my garage, and I don't have to buy multiple copies. It's just there for us to use and share. Or if one of you guys is a great painter, you can paint several cars, and we could all use them when we're doing different types of racing online. We've mentioned before there's 16-player multiplayer in Forza Motorsport. And the secret of Forza Motorsport is that most people believe exactly how they play it is how everybody plays it. Because it's a really big game. And so the areas they're playing feel so fully featured. They're like, well, this must be all that they did. And I don't even know why they did that area over there. So we've got people that go, oh, I never paint. Why'd they even do painting? And then we got painters that are like, well, I never tune. Why'd they even do this tuning, upgrading stuff, right? We have the same thing in our hoppers, where we've got these hardcore racers that race all the time, but we have a 50-50 split between people doing hardcore racing and people doing tag and virus and cat and mouse, and all these really unique types of gameplay modes. So when you hear 16-player multiplayer, most people go, oh yeah, it's gonna be great, we're gonna be really competitive. And if you're like me, what it actually means is now instead of losing in 7th place or 8th place, I'm now losing in 15th place, 16th place. Yay, right? That's just not my thing. We've cured that in a couple ways. By integrating 16-player, we actually are not building the competitive multiplayer up quite as much. You can do it, but honestly, I don't think it's a big boon for anyone that's not a really, really good player. It's when you get into the cooperative play, tag, cat and mouse, and a lot of new modes we're not announcing yet, where the 16-player comes into its own. But what I'm most excited about is Rivals Mode. Rivals Mode is asynchronous play. So, as you probably know, you get online, and there might even be 100,000 people playing at one time online, but the likelihood that somebody of your same skill level wants to start playing right now on the track and car class you want to race on is actually pretty low. So you end up getting up against people who are not as skilled as you, or they're more skilled than you. It's like, oh wow, matchmaking, why'd they put these guys together? It's like, if you're the only people at the bus station, you're all getting on the bus. Like, you can't really, beggars can't be choosers in that sense. What Rivals Mode gives us is the ability to find the right challenge. So we've got these challenges that are different channels. So hot lapping, time spec, hot lap of traffic, there's drift, there's autocross, there's different types of races underneath here. And then there are different challenges underneath. And we automatically serve up someone who may not be online right now, but we know is a really good match against you. Or they're your friend, or they're your clubmate, right? So it's somebody you have a personal attachment to. And if you beat them, you get a bounty based on how skilled they are. So this guy's not very skilled, but he's well matched to me. So if I beat him, I get a small bounty. I can go to the scoreboards and try and take on one of the top guys, and if I beat one of them, I'm getting a huge bounty. Likelihood that I'm going to beat them, very low. But it really adds a lot more balance to the game. And this isn't just in community. The same mode is in the career as well. It's all duplicated in there. And so as you're doing this mode, you get XP, you get credits, you're leveling through the game. So if you want to play through single player and you're a little bit intimidated by multiplayer, you can do the World Tour mode, you can do the event list, or you can do Rivals mode, and you'll hit all those gifts, you're going to get money, you can have a lot of fun. And of course, whenever I beat somebody, they get a message in the message center saying, hey, so-and-so just beat you, do you want to re-challenge them? Bang. And there you go, straight into that race, and you get to challenge them back. So it just adds a level of social, especially if you got friends or family in other time zones who aren't necessarily going to play at the same time. You can have this be more like, well, it's asynchronous play, right? So you can kind of play them when they come online. All right.